Hey everyone, and thanks for watching this video. In this video, I'm going to list 5 different things that can help you create happiness and build mind power. So we're going to start with number 1. And number 1 is, check out your mind for 3 minutes. Basically what I mean by that is observe your mind for 3 minutes and see where it takes you and see what types of thoughts, images, ideas, future planning, things like that. See how much your mind wanders in just that 3 minutes that you're spending time actually focusing on what your mind is thinking about. You'll notice that it jumps all over the place, right? From one thing to the next. It might be what I've got to do today. It might be what someone said to me. It might be what's going on next week, etc. So what I would encourage you to do is, when you feel any emotion, and we're going to use anger as an example. When you feel that anger is arising, stop and try to work through it. A lot of times we may go around and really expect these things to be quite serious in our life. These thoughts, these random things that come up just in a given 3 minutes when you're thinking about what your mind is actually thinking, essentially, if that's kind of confusing. Usually, when you sit there and contemplate and think about how you're angry and how it's affecting you, it becomes a quite serious situation for you in your life. And therefore, usually things will get blown out of proportion and then the matter just gets worse, etc., etc. And of course, the cycle continues and it's endless. It's just an ever-going circle. Now, normally, this isn't something that you would normally think about or pay attention to in your life. It's just not really something that you would normally think about. When you truly watch your mind jumping around, getting all worked up, you almost feel like you're going crazy. Am I right? Or am I wrong? And I'll tell you right now, honestly, this is normal and you're not crazy. So those thoughts are natural. We're only human. A lot of times we may spend time thinking about things that we're not actually doing. We might be engaged in a particular activity, but our mind is wandering off somewhere else. We're not essentially in that moment, in that time, focused in the now, because we're thinking too much about other things that are probably just downright pointless to begin with. Now that I've got you thinking about this while you're watching this video, the next step would simply to be, well, how do I deal with these negative thoughts? Or how do I deal with these thoughts that are not necessarily the most positive thoughts for me? And you're probably also wondering, how do I stop taking these negative thoughts so seriously, such as the example of being angry? First, you gotta know this. And this brings me to number 2. Your thoughts are not you, only merely thoughts. So when you think it and you say, I am angry, you have just associated yourself with the angry word, therefore becoming that thought form. So don't identify yourself as being that negative thought form. Look at that as a thought form, disassociate yourself from the thought form, and realize that I am not that. I'm experiencing this emotion at this time and place. Therefore, you're not attaching yourself to the word, making it feel like you really are that, whatever it might be. So just know that they are just thoughts. They are not you. They are just thought forms. Number 3 is identify your thoughts and your feelings. If you'd like, you can give each thought and feeling a name. See, when you give this negative thought form or a negative reaction or anything that's going on, if you give this thought form a name, it automatically disassociates it from you. You essentially separate the feeling and the emotion from the thought form, and it becomes essentially a separate item, if you will. So you see it as a thought, like, I feel upset, I feel sad. When you name it, you become relaxed, calm, and assured that you are not that thought form, and you are in fact much better than that thought form. There's actually research that shows that when you name a thought form, it automatically makes you feel better. And naming something is extremely powerful. And of course, naturally, you will feel better about yourself and about everything else that's going on around you. And essentially, this allows us to deal with our thoughts in a more productive way. And overall, it's a lot more healthier for your mind. We'll also make better decisions. We will also make better choices. We will also be more happier and more effective with whatever we're doing in any given task. Now, number 4 is decide and react. Train your mind to not jump to conclusions. And don't claim a label as who you are. Don't let a label control you. Label things for yourself. That's it. Naming it gives you power, and essentially you overcome it and become more powerful. Before you react to any thought form, ask yourself this: is this beneficial for me? That essentially right there will start to alter that thought form. And of course, in time, it will become easier. It's not something that can instantly happen. Of course, this is something I work on, been working on, will continue to work on till the day I die. It's not magic. I mean, in a way it's magic, but it's about being in control of who you are, knowing you, being proud to be you, and not accepting society's labeling to control or dictate who you are. Becoming more powerful than that, rising above it all, being you, one unique individual. That's powerful. You will get better with it, with time. Promise you that. It will get better and easier with time. Meditation is a really good way to do this, but there's also many other ways to do it if meditation isn't quite for you. I know there's a lot of people that meditation just isn't what connects to them, and that's okay. Just because you don't meditate doesn't mean you're not a powerful, infinite being, because you are, no matter what, and no matter what anybody else tells you. You're unique, beautiful, and perfect, exactly the way you are. Remember it. So one thing I like to do that I find helps me out, and maybe it will help you too, is visualizations and affirmations. Affirmations are so powerful. It's like you could wake up in the morning and say, I feel great today. The sun is beautiful. It's shining down on my skin. It feels warm. I love it. I am going to make this a wonderful day. No obstacles, no distractions are going to come in my way. This is my life. This is my day. And I'm going to make it the way I want it to be. Now, it can be just as simple. I mean, it could be that longer version. Or it could be something simple like you wake up and say, I feel strong and healthy today. Or, today I am going to pass that test to the best of my ability. When you say these things, especially upon waking, unless you had a dream, you need to write that down first, so you don't forget the details. But anyway, back to that. It sets in already, because you're starting the day out with this affirmation that's powerful and strong, builds strength within yourself and energy. It gives you energy. When you start your day out like that, you may begin to see that throughout a given day, you may start recognizing these negative thoughts or these negative patterns, these thought forms that are coming and going. You maybe experience them every day throughout time. You'll start noticing more and more how you're able to label and name. Not really label, because I hate the word label, but you know what I mean. You'll be able to start naming these negative thought forms, giving them a separate identity from yourself. So then you become to see that you are this infinite, beautiful being that's amazing and here for some special reason that no one else can do. And that makes you special in itself. But you begin to see yourself here in this state, being you, powerful, strong, accomplishing what you want, not letting anything control you or get in your way. So you're here, and then you're looking over there. And that's where you can almost visualize and imagine like this poster board with all these negative thoughts like, I'm not good enough for this, or I'll never succeed here, or everybody hates me, or everyone has labeled me as this now. How will I get past this? or the list can go on, you know. The list can go on, but once you begin to do the affirmations in the morning, which is so simple, it could just be 3 words that you tell yourself. You could wake up and just say, I love myself today, and I am going to make myself proud to be who I am. That's amazingly powerful, isn't it? Just try it. If you don't try it, if you haven't tried it before, just try it. It may sound corny or cheesy, but hey, if you're in your own home, in your own space of privacy, then the more authentic you're going to be as far as bringing out these words and dealing with the thought forms. Because if you're around other people, it might make you feel a little uncomfortable. Maybe they're not digging what's going on, or they're not digging that scene, or they're just not into it. But that's okay. You know, a lot of people are or are not. But trust me, this does work. It obviously just takes time and practice. I still struggle with it. I'm not perfect. Never have said I was. But I do find that a lot of these ways can really help us to become more authentic and better in our life. Proud to be who we are. Not caring. Well, that's not really the word because that sounds rebellious, but in a way it kind of is. Basically, you don't care what someone else is going to say or think of you. It kind of goes in and out because you already have programmed and know what you are. It's all about that knowing. I'll tell you that. You got to truly know. Knowing is powerful. Once you get to a point in your path where you just know, and that could be a million things, and that's not up to me or anyone else to decide for you what is known to you on your practice and path, but it will become prevalent to you and known. The knowing will become known. And with that knowing, you can really create so much power and energy and amazing strength within yourself to where you completely detach yourself from those negative thoughts and programming, and you become your own individual. You've created your own type of box or a sense of circle, a powerful ball that you're in that nothing can come in and out to affect you. Yeah, sometimes things are going to affect us. It's life, it's natural, but we can work with it so that these small little irritating things that go on in any given day can be more controlled. You know, such as the irritation or anger, frustration. Car pulls out in front of you. You get mad and angry, and then you're talking about it all day with your coworkers or something, and just couldn't believe that that would happen to you. You know what I mean? Like, forget it. That is useless programming thoughts. It makes no sense to dwell on it. Yeah, it happened. Get over it. Think of something else. Point blank. The most important thing and the key to all of this is getting distance from those negative thoughts, because obviously they are bringing you down. And I know, like I said, it can be tough and challenging. I have negative thoughts too. I have negative emotions. I'm not going to share them in detail. Obviously, that's irrelevant because we all have different types of things that go on that affect us. But the key, like I said, is to distance yourself from these negative thoughts, seeing them, projecting them out, like I said a moment ago, onto a poster board and seeing yourself as something completely different than that thought form. Decide which thoughts are meaningful, because not every thought is negative, obviously. Not every thought is negative and should be thrown over there or thrown in the trash or thrown on the poster board. Not all thoughts are negative. So find what thoughts are meaningful to you and remember them. Associate yourself with the meaningful thoughts and disassociate yourself from the negative thoughts. So whichever ones make you happy, act on them and cherish them and keep them close. And remind yourself daily that those are the thoughts that you want to be like. Those are what make up who you are, inner and outer, not the negative ones that you try to associate yourself with when you simply are not that. So don't be your thoughts, name your thoughts. Then they are detached from you and essentially become separated from you. Bottom line, live your life happy, and be blessed and cherish who you are. There's no one else out there like you. No one. And obviously, who knows how many could watch this video, but this applies to each one individual, because we are all unique and special in our own individual way. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if it helped anyone out, I hope it did. I know that this is something that I'm trying to work in on my practice daily, and it's extremely powerful, not only for you as an individual to build confidence and strength within yourself, but it also creates strong mind power where you know that you can control your thoughts more so. So once you begin to start doing this, you're going to see that you do actually have more control over your thoughts and of your mind than you actually may have thought you did before. So excuse me again, my voice is still a little hoarse, and I do appreciate you for watching and commenting and subscribing and liking this video. So be sure to leave any comments below if you have any questions, concerns, or thoughts or ideas, or just if you have a different method that really seems to work, you want to make a video, or if you want to share it in the comments or email me, it's perfectly fine. Of course, my email is IvyWynd@gmail.com. It's pretty simple. And I usually respond pretty quickly, depending on what's going on, but usually I will respond at least within 24 hours. So, yes, I appreciate you all for watching. Thank you so much. Bless you all, and I love you all. And let's all just have a happy, beautiful day. See you later. Bye.